Hey friends, just wanted to show you how to make something here for Good Friday. So you start at the top, you go down, and then you come over to the side and you go across, and there you go. Symbol of our faith, right? When I look at the cross, many words, pictures, memories, ideas whirl together at once. In it, I see a symbol of my faith, my religious identity. I see moments from childhood learning the ABCs of Christianity. I also see a weapon of the state, a torture device, a means, a grotesque form of capital punishment. This one image calls to mind the love of my parents, who wanted me to have a relationship with God from an early age, and also the hatred of Rome, who wouldn't tolerate Jesus' message or his political protest. It brings good news of God's love for me and the world. It tells of a God who knows intimately from firsthand experience the feeling of flesh bludgeoned, skewered, pierced. It also quakes with the fear and anger of those who use threats of eternal damnation to coax similarly anxious souls to adopt a narrow version of this unimaginably expansive faith. It echoes this sign of the cross with the faithfulness of many courageous martyrs who would not deny their Lord and Savior, but persevered even to the point of death. It has stood somewhere in the sanctuary, if not the front lawn, of every church I've ever attended. And it reminds me of the intense demand that God places on me, on each of us, to serve one another selflessly and to sacrifice ourselves willingly if love requires it. This one symbol causes my brain to light up with endorsement and criticism, and causes my heart to burn with reverence and rage alike. This sign may be simple to make, but it is far from simple. So here's the question before me every Good Friday. What is the cross saying to me right now in this new moment of life? When I look at the cross today, I hear Jesus saying, "No one has greater love than this, to lay down one's life for one's friends." Love is willing to sacrifice itself for the sake of others. And yet, if we're honest, we struggle to let the needs of others inconvenience us, even just slightly. This situation in which we find ourselves, where we can't do everything we want when we want, and we can't go anywhere at any time, it's a great test of the authenticity of our love for one another, for our friends, and all of God's children. Have you ever seen those cartoons where a character purchases inflatable muscles to appear more powerful than they are? Inevitably, they find themselves in some situation that requires them to use their strength, and the test reveals the truth. We Christians talk a lot about love and kindness and patience and unconquerable joy. But crisis has a way of exposing reality for what it is. Is God's Spirit within us powerful enough to help us endure inconvenience for the sake of others? I sure hope so. Or else, what's our faith even worth? For most of us, laying down our lives at this moment doesn't involve anything more than merely staying put and avoiding contact with other people. It's annoying, it's frustrating. If you're an extrovert, it can be particularly upsetting, but it's no crucifixion. In the grand scheme of things, it's a small price to pay for the love of our fellow human beings. And then some among us, are quite literally exposing themselves to danger and possible death to serve and care for the rest of us. Yes, I'm talking about our nurses and our doctors. I'm talking about our CNAs and our sanitation specialists. I'm also referring to our cashiers and our store clerks, our food service workers, our bank tellers, and our postage handlers, and so many others who we as a society deem essential. And while I believe all are essential, that no one is disposable, these people are indeed vitally crucial to the robust health of our communal life, and they embody that greater love that is willing to lay down one's life for the sake of others. Perhaps not to the same degree, but in the same way that we revere Jesus for his sacrifice, we should honor these people with the respect and dignity they deserve. A Christian would seek to do no less and no other than this. That's what the cross is saying to me today on this Good Friday. This minor inconvenience is nothing compared to the cross. And it is a small price to pay for love. And the love demonstrated by our essential personnel at this moment is worthy of admiration and praise. May we all come to practice Jesus' way of self-sacrifice as commendably as these. Blessings to you on this Good Friday.